Okay, so here we go tonight. Tonight we're going to try pouring out of a new Nitro faucet here. We're going to experiment a little bit just to try to check the carbonation of the beer. I really think I still need to let it sit for another 4 or 5 days on the CO2, about 14 psi's. It's been sitting about 14 psi's on the CO2 for about a week now. I've been walking by, every morning that I leave to work, come home at night. I'll give it a little bit of shake just to kind of get that CO2 going through the beer. You really don't want to overcarbonate when you're pouring a Nitro beer, so I kind of just want to check it tonight to see where we're at. So when I got home, I switched it over. Didn't hear any gurgling in the keg, so I switched it over to beer gas. Let it sit. It's been sitting on the beer gas now for about, I'm going to say, about an hour and a half. We got it sitting at about 35 psi's. Might be a little high, but because it hasn't been sitting on beer gas too long, we're going to try it at 35 psi's. Now, beer gas is a mixture of 75% nitrogen, 25% CO2. The reason they do that is because, like it says, you don't really want to pour your stouts and porters off of a Nitro faucet, with too much CO2. The faucet itself has a round disc in it, so when you pour it at 30 psi's, 35 psi's, that disc knocks down that pressure. It also allows the CO2 to escape, to give you that nitrogen pour and fill your beer up to, about an inch and a half of the real nice, full, creamy head. Changes the complexity of the beer completely. I'm really excited to try this. I think that's the whole reason of doing this tonight, not really to check the carbonation. I've just been excited and dying to try this, so we're going to give it a pour. Now, like I said, we're going to try maybe just a sample pour, maybe half a glass, but if I see that the beer's pouring really well, I'm going to go for the full beer, just to drink it, Hey, why not, right? You can't have just half a beer. So what we're going to look for is this cascading motion coming up. If that beer is not giving us that full head foamy as it's filling, and it's coming up beer right away, we're going to stop at a half a glass. No sense wasting good beer. Now what we've got brewing here is a double chocolate cream oatmeal stout. Been dying to try this, the aroma, the flavor that, it's been trying it, taking hydro tests, transferring it over. It's been incredible, so I've been dying to try this. So here we go. We're going to just kind of pull the handle down all the way. We're going to leave our glass completely straight up and down. We're going to pour it like it says. We're going to pour maybe half a glass. If I see it pouring really well, we're going to go to the full glass. Bring the handle all the way down. You let it fill all the way to the top. Shut the handle off. Once you shut the handle off, you're going to let that cascading motion come up. Now, like it says, if I don't see that cascading motion, I'm going to shut it down. No sense wasting good beer, right? No. Drinking good beer is what it's all about. So here we go. Coming out pretty good. Like it says, what we want to look for is that cascading motion. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this cascading motion from where you're sitting there, but there we go. We got it going. Let me get this a little bit closer so you can see what we're really looking for. We're looking for that nice, full, cascading motion coming up from the bottom there. And it's looking pretty good. That's why I didn't stop at a half a glass. Now, we don't want that to come up real rapidly. If we do, we know it's not carbonated enough. It looks like it's pouring pretty well. Now, what I want to look for is when it's stopped, I want to have, good, like I said, good inch, 2 inches of head on the top of there. Give us that nice, full cream flavor. When it's done, if we get a little bit more, I think we're doing pretty good because you want that head to last you throughout that full beer. You don't want it to dissipate halfway through or even a third of the way through. You want to be able to have that flavor all the way down to your last sip. So it's looking pretty good right now. I'm liking the way it looks. If you look up top here, we got nice tiny little bubbles going on the top there. You know what? I think I'm going to drink this. I think you guys ought to try this someday. Maybe one of these days you'll get your own Nitro tap. It's well worth it. I enjoy this beer. I love my dark beers. So, cheers. Oh yeah, I like it. I think we might be able to give it a few more days, but look at that. Can't get any prettier than that. Looking good. Yeah, you like that? That's what it's all about. That's the whole reason for this tap right here. Get you one. It's not a bad investment.